Baby, go back and get it. Go back and get it. This is day 3 of me showing up, okay? Finding and connecting with my people, my soul family, because I know y'all out there. I know. Um, allowing myself to be seen and be heard, to be felt and to be held in the most genuine and authentic way. This is me being, vulnerable. So about a month ago, maybe like 3 weeks ago, right? I saw the Adinkra symbol image of the Sankofa bird. And I'd seen it before, but it was, a while, like just in passing. Like I see it, like, oh, okay. Right. But specifically, like 3 weeks ago, I saw the symbol. I was watching it live and I was like, it just really pierced my soul when I saw it. Very subtle, like, right? And I was like, what does this symbol mean? And I'm familiar with the Negro symbols. Like, for example, I have the wisdom knot, you know, on my left wrist with one of my favorite numbers, 13. So when I saw it and saw the symbols, I was like, oh, hold on now. Let me see what this one is about, right? And it's the Sankofa bird, and it's flying forward while its head is turned around with the images of a circular object in its beak, and it's an egg with the meaning of learning from the past to create a better future. Okay, so when I was researching it a few weeks ago, and I read that, and I said, "Oh my God," because that is where I am right now at this point in my journey in my life. Is I'm going back. Uh, baby, I'm going back and I'm getting Michelle. There's also the proverb that translates to, it's not wrong to go back for that which you have forgotten. And when I read that part, I said, okay, that is it right there. This whole transformation, this whole, in the last 2 years, because again, when I was pregnant with my second daughter, my last child, that was like the beginning of, she was the catalyst to this spiritual awakening. Like, so much was going on within, internally, that I had no words, no, all the feelings, all the emotions, everything, but just didn't. I'm like, yo, what's going on, right? And when I saw that symbol and researched what it meant, it's like the words of it, the meaning of it. It's like it, I'm seeing like, like a patch doll, like the dolls from back in the day that have like patches on them to make it whole. That's what the words, the meaning of that symbol did for my soul. It summed up, and maybe not even summed up, but just made even more sense of this is what you were experiencing to get to this point. This is why you were experiencing what you were, the upward unraveling, to get to this point, Michelle, to remember who the fuck you are. Like on a serious note. Like not no surface level, this, no. Who you really are, because I have forgotten. Baby, I forgot. And when I was resting, when I was able to rest during that time after I quit my job, and Spirit was like, all right, now it's time to get to work. That's what they was talking about. They was like, baby, it's time for you to remember who you are. It's time to wake up. Like, I am so serious. There's a quote. It's not even a quote. It was just something that somebody was saying in a thread that I read yesterday, and I was like, oh my God. That is so true of what I was experiencing. It was like it was something on the lines of sometimes Spirit gotta put us to sleep. I'm sorry, sometimes Spirit gotta wake us up in our sleep to have us awake in the physical. Something like that. But when I read that, I said, oh, when I say that shook me to my core. I was like, you right. You right. Like, things were coming up, different emotions, different experiences. And I'm like, I literally was at one point, I was just like, Michelle, where were you? I was talking to my grandmother the other day, and that's my baby. Like I don't play about Nanny. Okay, I don't play about her. So and she know that, and we like this. Like that is my girl. Okay, so we were talking the other day, and we was just talking about life, as women, right? Like being able to have conversations like that with your elders. And it's just like, oh my gosh, that richness, that wisdom that they just able to, just pour into you. Like, oof, yes, girl. And we were talking about, the same things, just like being able to, like, when you are going through or in a traumatic environment, it's just real negative, like shit just ain't right, and our mind, our brains, like, in order to keep us safe, it suppresses all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it suppresses all of that, and you just like, I'm just trying to get to the next day right now. Like, I don't have time to deal with that. I got to get to tomorrow, right? I got to get to the end of the week. Shoot, sometimes I got to get to the end of the day. Not even the next day. Let me just get to the end of the day. And then maybe I'll be able to deal with that. But then something else come up. And it's the same thing until you're able to get out of that cycle. And she's so funny. When I was telling her that, and I was like, when I was able to really, I say that, like, for real, because it's the truth. When I was able to really rest after I quit that job, And Spirit was bringing up all these different things, like showing me, like, this happened, this happened, this happened. And I was like, and I told her, I was like, I was sitting there literally like, Michelle, where were you? Where were you when all of this was going on? Where were you here? Where were you here? Like, what? Because now I'm like, like, what? You was letting that shit slide? You was letting that junk go? Girl, right? And she was crying laughing and she was like, Shell, I know exactly what you're talking about. And she shared with me something that, is very similar to what I was talking about. And she was like, when I got up in there back to the house, I said, nah, I'm packing. And she said, I got some boxes. I came back to the house and I packed all my shit. And I was like, yes, girl. She's like, no, for real. Like, when you just get to a point. So I say all that to say, right, baby, this message is for you. If you've made the decision, like, baby, I'm going back. I'm going back and I'm getting me. I'm going back and I'm taking back those things that were taken from me, that were stolen from me, the things that were that I even gave away willingly and unwillingly, right? I'm going back and I'm getting me. I'm patching up me. So, yeah. That's where we at right now. Is I'm going back and I'm getting me. The Michelle, remembering connecting with the Michelle that always knew, that always had that knowing within her. Nah, it's more to this. It's way more to life than this. I'm going back and I'm holding me. I'm holding space for my own self, for my younger self, for all the younger versions of me, even the young version of me last year. Shit, a few months ago. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, baby, it is okay. I'm coming back. I'm here and we leaving out of here together. Better, stronger, whole, intact. Because see, I'm doing all of this. I answered the call, and not just that I answered the call, but I said yes to Spirit. I said yes long before I got to this point. And so my babies, this is for them and for their babies and for their babies and for their babies. Because see, the generational curses and habits and dealings that I've broken and that I'm breaking within my line, oh, it's not just for me and it's not for nothing. It's for them. So, it's the word for today. Okay. Just the message for today, y'all. I love y'all and we here, right? We showing up. right? With being present and just know like I'm doing this for me because I gotta get this out, say it to somebody, talk to somebody about it, right? Like, um, I'm doing this for you so that you know that you're not alone, that you ain't the only one experiencing the experiences, you know? And yeah, I'm doing this for all of us, everybody, for the voiceless. I got you. I love y'all.